by welcoming in special guests, the newly appointed captains of the Lakeview Volleyball team, Maggie Pavlansky and Carly Hawn. Guys, thank you so much for joining us today. How we doing?
Thank you so much for having us.
Yeah, thank you for having us.
Yeah, Lakeview Volleyball has been one of the more dominant teams in the area the last couple of years. You guys have only lost one NE8 game in 3 seasons, which is just remarkable to think about. And now you guys are kind of the captains of this team to try to keep the success going. How does it feel to be named captains and to be shown that sign of respect from your team? And we'll start with seniors with Carly.
For me, it's definitely such an honor because being a senior just already comes with this responsibility of being a leader for your team. And just being appointed captain is kind of just like validates all that. And it's like, this is my senior season and I'm just ready to go.
And Maggie, you've been a leader on this team for a while being the setter, and now it's this kind of another branch of the leadership responsibilities on you. So what's it mean to you to be given the role of captain and being the speaking captain on the floor?
Just like Carly said, it's such an honor to be captain of the team. I mean, it's, even though we're captains, it's just a title. I know that I just want to lead by example every day and just be there for my teammates.
How would you guys describe your leadership personalities? Like, what kind of leaders are you? And I won't start again with Carly, but how would you describe your leadership qualities?
I would say I'm not really the kind of cutthroat kind of leader. I'm more personal with the girls, which is needed sometimes, but I am working on being a little mean when I need to be, but hopefully it doesn't have to come to that.
Man, Carly a little bit mean when she needs to be. That's scary. Maggie, what about you?
I'm definitely more focused. I mean, Carly, she is there to lighten everything up, I think. She is very fun to be around, and she's going to be a great senior for us this year. I just like to keep everything focused, get everyone together, and to make sure that we can succeed.
And I think people forget, despite how successful you guys are, it's still collectively a pretty young team that you guys are putting together on the floor. What's it like kind of meshing the upperclassmen with the underclassmen and putting together a successful team on the floor? And what's that kind of been like this year and last year? It's still a young team last year and this year. You only lost 2 seniors from last year's roster. So I imagine the expectations are still just as high.
Yeah, it's been a challenge this year, especially just because we have so many freshmen coming in. But we've done a lot of team bonding. We're actually doing something tonight. So it's really helping us to mesh together. And I think we're going to be a pretty good team together this year.
I agree. We have a lot of freshmen coming up, but they just come in every single day to practice and they work so hard along with everyone else on the team. And that has just helped so much with us team bonding. And we also have done a lot of team bonding together. And that has helped us a lot to mesh and become better friends and just be able to play volleyball together, honestly.
We get to see a lot of your team bonding on Instagram and the social media presence that your volleyball team has. What have been some of your favorite team bonding experiences so far this summer?
For me, I love just driving around and doing stupid little things in the parking lot or just down the street. And my team won this year, so that makes it a little bit better.
Raise that flag.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yesterday too, we had quite the team bonding experience. Shout out to Coach Nate. He set up a surprise escape room for us in the locker room, and it was just one of the most thrilling team bonding experiences that I have had. So,
when we talked to Coach Guthrie, there was some talk about some warnings that she got about on her door, the warning letters that said we'd get you next time, and to keep her on her toes. What kind of things are going on with that mission and trying to? She says that every year you guys do something to her house. Can we disclose some details on that mission? Is it still ongoing, or are we still trying to get Coach Guthrie?
That is definitely still ongoing. A little bit of confidential information.
Confidential.
But she'll see tomorrow.
Confidential information. What's not confidential is some of the key members that you're returning from last year. And Maggie, you get to work with these hitters so much, and you get to build the relationship with them and get them in sync. What's it like kind of having a second year with a lot of the young hitters and being able to just build even more of a relationship with them and more of a syncness to your offense?
Yeah, for the most part, the majority of our hitters are all the same because only one graduated and one coming up. But, we just try to make each other better every day. I mean, I talk to my hitters all the time, and we just try to make each other better every single day.
And Carly, for you, what kind of things excite you about being able to have so many players back from last year? Like Maggie said, you only lost 2 seniors, so it's a lot of camaraderie, I imagine. What's it like having almost everyone back from last season?
It is such a blessing. Like, we're all so close already. It just makes it so much easier to mesh together and incorporate some of the new freshmen coming in. And Maggie's just such a blessing to work with. And I'm really excited to get to play one last season with my friends.
Yeah, and one last season in that gym that we all know is just a hot box because we've been in there, especially in the heat of summer. You got to tell us what kind of home court advantage that kind of entails when you guys, you're used to the heat of that gym, and maybe other teams come in, they're so used to their air conditioned, comfortable gyms, and they have to come into Lakeview. I gotta imagine by the third set you can see other teams sweating and getting about a second slower than you guys.
Yeah, it's definitely an advantage. So it's just so nice when we get to go to other gyms and there is air conditioning. But we're just so used to it. It makes it easier for us to pull through when we get to games where it's like we're going to 5. So it does make it a little bit easier on us.
Yeah, our home court advantage is definitely an advantage towards us, I think, just because we're used to practicing in there every day, and we have our mop and we have our sweat towels, and it works out.
You guys have gone through summers in that gym. Does it still take a couple of days to get used to it when you're back into conditioning in that gym, or are you guys veterans and when summer comes along and you have to go practice in that gym, there's no problem with it? You guys are really adapted to it, or is there still a couple of days that your bodies have to get used to the heat of that gym?
Oh no, there's definitely a couple of weeks where I will be sweating. But eventually, it does get a lot easier because we do a lot of conditioning, a lot of working hard towards getting that advantage and getting used to just the conditions in there.
Yeah, we do it like Carly said, we do a lot of conditioning and a lot of weightlifting and just lots of playing in that gym. So we've come accustomed to it. I think the first few days always hit us in the face. We're like, whoa, but it gets better as time goes on, and as the season goes on, it does cool down. So yeah.
Carly, you're a senior, of course. What are some of the memories that you have in the last 4 years with this program that have really, well, I should say 3 years because your 4th year is just beginning. The last 3 years with this program, what are some memories that you're going to hold on to for a lifetime?
A lot of my favorite memories, there's always the team bonding stuff, but I always loved going to the YSU camp we go to in July, where we would stay the night for 2 days, and it would just be a big tournament. Unfortunately, we didn't get to do that last year or this year, which was a bummer, but it really just brought me closer to the team as an incoming freshman, and I'm really excited for the girls to get to do that next year because it was just fun, such a fun experience for me.
And Maggie, obviously you're not a senior yet, but what's it like to try to work so hard to give the senior class last year and this year a season they can kind of remember forever? I mean, do you, as an underclassman and as now as a junior, do you ever feel kind of any pressure to kind of do it for the seniors and make sure that they're having a season that they can remember?
Yeah, I guess you could call it pressure, but I think I just want to do it for her. for like the seniors that are there, no matter who it is, whether there's one or whether there's like 5 or 6, like it's their season. So we just want to make it the best as possible for them. And I want to make sure everyone knows, like, this is for the seniors. Like, this is their last season playing volleyball. So especially for Carly, because she's just been so awesome the past 2 years I've played with her, and including this year. So I just want to do it for her.
Now, we've had some fun with Coach Guthrie, but talk about this coaching staff and what it means to be under them, and some of the things that they've really helped you guys in growing, not just as a volleyball player, but I imagine they've given you some life lessons too.
Yeah, since 7th grade, we've just had such a great program. And it really just, I mean, I've learned so much over the years, and I'm really grateful for all 3 of our coaches now. And I'm excited to have a whole season with them.
Yeah, as far as high school goes, I mean, our junior high too, like it was just awesome with Mr. McDivitt and Mrs. Schnurberger. Like they are both amazing coaches. And like with my high school years, like Coach G, Laney, and now Coach Nate, they have all just been so awesome and so hopeful and so encouraging. It's just been really good, and I'm super happy to have them.
And you both talked about the junior high program. Do you think the established success that the varsity level has made more and more younger kids excited to come into the high school volleyball realm? And do you see kind of more and more excitement and engagement from the junior high as years go on and this team gets more and more established success at the varsity level?
I think so, definitely. Even now you can just see an increase in how many people are just even trying out. Like we have this huge freshman class coming in. I heard there was like 25 girls who tried out for the 7th grade team. And every year we always see more and more girls come and watch us. And so that's just really great to see that they look up to us, and one day maybe they'll even play varsity.
And I would say too, a part of that plays into the volleyball camp we have every June. We like this year, I want to say that we had like about 70 girls. So like they just look up to us so much, and they have so much fun there, and we get to watch them play in junior high too, and it's just awesome for them and for us.
And Carly, you're a senior, and every senior kind of talks about the program being better when they left than it was when they were there. So all that being said, I mean, how proud are you knowing that when you do graduate and you do leave the program, that you know that because of the work that you have put in and because of the work that all your teammates have put in, that the program success is not going anywhere in the near future?
It's definitely inspiring. I'm just so excited to see where they come in a few years, because I've put so much into these 4 years and I've worked so hard, and I really hope that, I mean, last year was kind of a testament to Mara and Anna, who did the same. So I'm just really excited to see where they come.
Maggie, that last name Pavlansky is such a big name in the area athletics. You got to talk to us a little bit about what it's like to be part of that clan and to be part of that athletics family, and give us some insight on what it's like to be in it.
Yeah. I just have so much family around the area. Like my dad and all of my uncles all teach around the area. So does my mom and my cousins. They're older than me. Like Annie played, like she graduated in 2018. And then I had cousins that went to Boardman and Canfield, and I have a lot of family. I'm trying not to forget anyone, but I'm just so blessed to have them, because they have just shown me like what it should be like to play sports and how to represent your school and your community well. And I just want to be like them.
That's the next thing I want to talk about, the Lakeview community. I mean, we saw so much outpouring of support for you guys on our platform last year, because obviously people couldn't go to games. But this year, you guys are expecting, full capacity crowds, hopefully, knock on wood, and you're going to be able to feel the full support of the community. How exciting is that to have them back in the stands and be able to build off the energy of the crowd?
I'm so excited. And thank you so much last year for coming out so often. We all really had a great time with that. And it was so cool to see us all like on the news and stuff. But I'm definitely excited because now, especially for my senior year, my friends can come watch, and because they didn't get to see me at all last year. So it was a little hard to push through sometimes, but I'm really excited this year.
It's super exciting for all of the fans to come now, because last year it didn't seem empty just because we were playing. It didn't, for me personally, it didn't matter too much. But this year, I'm just gonna be so excited to see everyone there, all of my family, all my friends, the student body. Usually we get a good amount of them to come, so it'll just be really fun. And I'm excited for Carly, obviously, and everyone else that's playing, because it'll be something we didn't experience last year. And crossing our fingers, but yeah.
One of the things that we always like to talk about with players is what's kind of the favorite hangout after a game or the post game meal, because I know you guys play at 5 or 6, so not a lot of time to get a good meal before a game. What's the good post game snack or post game meal that you guys like to have after a tough volleyball match?
Usually our coach will always bring little bags of candy and stuff to games, so we'll always be snacking. But we go to El Torero in Cortland a lot. They probably know who we are by now.
Yeah, our coaches definitely take care of us. But yeah, we do go to El Torero sometimes after scrimmages or games to hang out as a team. And if I'm going home by myself after a game, I like having my mom's home cooked meals. So yeah.
Well, wait, now every parent has to bring snack bags. So whose family brings the best snack bags of the team?
Maggie's grandma, she always makes us chocolate chip cookies and brings them to almost every game. Last year she did, and they're so good, and it pumps me up.
You agree that the chocolate chip cookies from grandma the best, Maggie?
Yeah, they are very good, and I am extremely thankful for her making them. She made them a lot last year, and I was super thankful for them. And she's just so sweet, and they are delicious.
All right, before we let you guys go, what are some team goals that you guys have set for yourselves this year and you really want to see the team accomplish?
One thing I feel like we do struggle with a lot is our mental game. If one person is just having a bad day, they might shut down, and then we have a hard time bringing the energy back up. So we've been working on that a lot this year. We've been doing a lot of mental stuff, a lot of communication stuff. So I'm really excited to see that improve, and hopefully we go farther this year.
Yeah, I would say our team goals would be to win our conference again and to make it far in tournament. We just want to win. We want to succeed. And I think we can accomplish that, with what Carly said. If we improve our mental game and just stick together as a team, I think we're going to be okay.
And we know volleyball communication is so important. What are some of the favorite things that you guys do as a team to strengthen that communication skills? I know there are a lot of drills that teams do. Well, what are some of the favorite things that you guys do to help the communication factor on the volleyball court?
One of my favorite things that we do is when we'll just be playing, but only one class is allowed to talk at a time. So only the freshmen will be allowed to speak at all, and everyone else just has to be silent, and then we'll move up. And it's really funny when there's our sophomores, we only have 3 of them. Or with me, it's just me. So it's really funny to play with only a few people talking, but it just proves how important communication is in the game.
Yeah, that's one of our more fun drills for sure, with Carly talking by herself. But I would say just when we play, just getting excited for each other, that helps communication in itself. And as long as a few people step up, others tend to follow. So it all works out.
All right, guys, thank you so much for taking the time to join us today. We definitely look forward to covering you guys this season and seeing Lakeview continue their success that they've had for the many years. And we expect nothing less this year from the Bulldogs. So good luck this year, and thanks again for taking the time to join us.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you so much.